Welcome to Get This, a podcast from Neo Financial. I'm Lisa Hannum, editor-in-chief at Neo Financial, and I'm always running a cost-time analysis for every single dollar I spend.
I'm Tina Meridian, a senior product marketer, and have never paid full price for anything.
I'm Madison McGregor, social media and content creation manager, and trends are never a line item in my budget.
And I'm Chelsea Trenyas, content manager at Neo Financial. And 5 years ago, I moved to Canada to rebuild my financial foundation.
And
This
Is
Get This.
Welcome to Get This, Dining Out Edition. We're going to be talking about the cost of tipping.
Sober saving.
And a great interview with Steve Abrams. We're going to be talking about non-alcoholic trends. He's the co-founder of Harmon's Brewing.
So to kick us off, I've got some stats here that I'm going to read right from my cue card because I cannot memorize them.
It's not a test.
Yeah, thank goodness. Yeah. So according to 2025 research conducted by H&R Block Canada, a whopping 90% of Canadians said they felt tips are too high.
Yep.
Same.
Feel that?
But actual behavior was split. So 53% of survey takers identified as frugal tippers, while 39% were generous tippers. And so then this research ended up breaking it up into a bunch of different categories. So 13% went on average, the tips considered appropriate by the Canadians surveyed are 13% for restaurant servers, 10% for bartenders, 10% for hairstylists and barbers, 9% for food delivery drivers, taxi and rideshare drivers was 8%, and spa and salon technicians was 8%.
None of those are what's prompted.
No, that's correct.
Yeah.
I remember actually, I got a lunch today, and it was just like a poke bowl.
Yeah.
And the machine went instantly to 15%.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Even with coffee.
Yeah.
Just a simple black drip coffee. Starts at 18, 20, 25.
Yeah.
In those instances, you guys tip.
And I know like we're all good at math and that 25%, it's 1/4 of the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
1/4.
Yeah.
And I'm not anti-tipping by any means. I want everyone to be able to earn a living wage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, that's a lot of money, especially if you go out for like a good dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that gets me is when like someone just put like a muffin in a bag.
Unheated.
Yeah. And it's like for tipping for what? I don't know if that makes me sound cruel, but like I don't tip in that case.
Yeah. I think it really, like if I were to tip in an instance like that, it would have to be above and beyond service.
Agreed. Agreed.
Where I know the cashier, you know, first name basis, a little chit chat, a little compliment.
I feel guilty. Like I am literally having a full on conversation before I get to my order of like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then I see the person in front of me not do it. And then I'm like, oh, I got to.
That makes
And so I think about it as change. So I try, like if I was dealing with cash, I haven't dealt with cash in a long, long time, but I try to like bring it up to whatever the next dollar would be.
You round up in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
that makes me pretty heartless because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I think when it first came out, like the tipping on, you know, little cafe orders, I did tip because I felt guilty. And I'm like, why? I'm like, what am I tipping for here?
Yeah. For
I
clarification, like I tip
yes,
restaurant, hairstyle, like all those things listed. Like, yes, 100%. Just to set the record straight and no one comes at me in the comments. But just for, like what we're saying, I don't.
So I went into a fast food restaurant, like a chain, at that request tipping. I'm pretty sure you guys all know based on that. But the guy behind the counter was like, don't do it. He's like, my boss keeps it all.
Oh gosh, now I don't
totally
feel
changed.
guilty at all. Do you feel guilty now knowing that?
Well, no, now I don't tip at that place. But it's also because it's a franchise, right?
Right.
So
It's
like you don't know if
different,
the next one is going to be the same,
right. If it's a small
That
business,
sounds
it might be
corrupt.
different.
That's awful. They're just
That
like
is
taking
awful.
the tips.
Yeah.
That just pocketing it.
Well, because there's no cash. There's no little like jars behind the counter.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean?
That's crazy. I remember like similar to you, but like, so I went to get a matcha and for the first time ever this has happened, the person working there turned the tip off.
Oh.
And took the pressure off me, which I so appreciated.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank you.
It makes you want a tipper.
Yeah. I feel like at that point you're like, okay, why don't I give you $1?
This is where the managers will pay their staff and not allow the customers to. Well, I mean, if you really want to tip, you will.
Yeah.
You'll find a way to do it, but they turn it off as an option.
Mm-hmm. Do we ever find, I guess, services in certain areas where maybe, it'd be the barber or hair salon, nail salon, if they do go above and beyond, do you typically tip more or do you try to stay consistent with your tipping?
I'm consistent. But what I used to do back in the olden days when I paid with cash, I would round it up to the next 20 and be like, here, keep the change.
Right.
Yeah.
I always do like 18-20% for my hairdresser, but I only go once every 6 months.
Right. Yeah.
And he does a great job.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hair. So I'm like,
Yeah, so,
good job.
and it looks great. Kudos to him.
Thanks. I think like the first time I started to be outraged by tipping was like, I believe it was 3 or 4 years ago, and I visited Miami with my family, and there's like a certain area in Miami where there's like an extra charge on top of the tip. And my family and I went out for ice cream, and there was the extra charge and the tip, and like the person working at the counter was like outraged that we didn't tip them for scooping ice cream.
Oh.
That's where it started for me. Like that was my introduction.
That I would be a little confused and angry as well.
We were like, what is happening?
It's very different than Europe.
Yeah. Well, even like I was just in Australia, and you don't tip there at all. And neither, I don't think they do in Europe either.
No, not really. I have a fact that will blow your minds. So I don't know if you remember when Uber first came to Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was no tipping function.
Yes. Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it afterwards and I was like, I guess it makes sense. I think I've tipped in cash before.
Yeah. I had gift cards on me. I was like,
Whoa.
Why do you have gift cards on you?
I don't know. I just always had gift cards in my pocket. And actually,
fair.
To be honest, like I've used them multiple times in that way.
Yeah, that's a good use case.
I wonder if when food delivery started, if there was always a tip on it. I don't remember.
I feel like.
Sorry.
No, you go.
I think there was with food delivery because even with something like Pizza Hut, you get it delivered. There's typically a portion of tipping. So I think they took that and then they related onto the food
Actually, you're
apps.
so right. Like we'd get pizza every Friday as a family, and my dad would get like $5 cash for the guy who delivered.
So I think you pointed on something that I found super interesting. It was like, if someone's just giving you something, like what's the time of deserving the tip? To go back to my whole time cost analysis.
Very good there.
But yeah, so like if there's effort and there's time in it, then the tip makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Well, even at restaurants, sometimes I feel like I'm left without water for a very long time.
Rude.
Yeah, and sometimes they're so quick with it. They're so kind. They make you feel welcome and so comfortable. That's when I'm like, I feel proud to tip this person, and I will usually tip more in those instances. So, yeah.
Yeah, and even like servers, like I think tipping helps with servers a lot because to make like a living wage, it's like so low that I always tip because I was a server and I didn't get tips because I worked at a golf club. So I always tip because I'm like, I know what that's like.
Well, servers are supposed to be the biggest tippers.
Yeah, that makes sense. Once you're in the trenches, you're like, I see you, soldier. Yeah, so minimum wage for servers recently went up. And I think now that's kind of a reason for some people to think, oh, like I don't need to tip anymore because they're making more per hour. I still tip personally.
Yeah, I agree. I do still tip. But I think it's just funny over the years seeing that 15% go to 18%, go to 20, go to 25. I've seen 30 even.
I've seen 33.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've never tipped 33%.
Not yet.
I'll bring that story if I do. All right. So in this segment, we're talking about sober saving. So I have some more stats here that I'm going to read from QCard. So a 2025 study in the US showed that 39% of young adults, Gen Z and Millennials, said that saving money was one of their motivations for reducing alcohol consumption. And the sales of alcohol by volume at retail stores dropped by 3.8% from March 2023 to March 2024. And that's the biggest volume decline StatCan has ever recorded. In the same time frame, the price of alcoholic beverages in stores went up. So it's kind of
supply and demand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think this is also a little bit part of the clean girl trend.
Oh, interesting.
Less, alcohol, less inflammatory kind of things. But I do think that I often have this thought too, where I'm like, oh, I'm not going to drink because I want to save. So I feel like it's come to me more often now that, I have a place, I'm saving for a wedding, things like that. I'm like, I'm not going to drink.
So it's more a financial decision than a health one, or is it kind of both?
No, I think it's more financial. I'm not a big drinker as it is. 2 drinks max. So it's kind of funny just being like, okay, I'm going to skip out on like 2 $20 cocktails. That's going to save me $40 plus tax and tips. So that's already like a good amount of savings in my opinion.
I remember you were talking about visiting London with your fiance and his friend, and wasn't like half the bill just the drinks?
Yeah, I think it was wine. So that's also a crazy way that you can really rack up a bill, right? It's just like getting different wines, getting really cool wines. I'm not into wine, so I don't actually know what I'm talking about, but I know there's expensive wines. So I think a good way to save is just foregoing the alcohol. Even though I find, and I don't know if you have seen this too, but non-alcoholic drinks tend to be a little bit pricey as well. On menus. I don't know if you've ever like opted for one and it's still like around the same price, but I try to just get by with a ginger ale.
Well, not drinking alcohol has changed from ordering a pop to a multi-layered bitters.
Yeah.
That bubbles and
Kombucha.
Yeah.
I think we were recently talking about this, how it's like someone went out that we know that there was like a $3 difference or something between the non-alc and the alc.
And alcohol is not $3.
No.
The shot is a little bit more than that.
Yeah. For me, I don't drink for health reasons. But I think it's been interesting since I don't really buy alcohol. I don't really notice like the expense and how expensive it is, but I'm grateful to know that it saves me money. I'm like, that's a nice perk.
Yeah.
That's a nice benefit.
I think it's a great perk. I mean, especially considering, to be fair though, I do want to give a kudos to bartenders who do craft non-alcoholic drinks, because they're still very delicious. It's
a craft.
It's definitely craft. It's just super pricey when you want to save.
It's fun when you want to treat yourself to one. Like, sometimes I will.
Yeah.
But it's like a treat. It's not every time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I will say one thing about drinking taught me a lot about finances with my husband. When we first started dating, him and his friends would always go out and they would buy rounds for each other. And me and my student savings account were like, yeah, we're going to keep our finances separate.
Smart move.
Yeah.
We were also just talking to producer James about how the reason for non-alcoholic beverages being more expensive is because they actually just extract the alcohol out of it. So it's like an extra step, which now makes sense to me as to why it's more
laborious.
Yeah. Just get the ginger ale.
Yeah, for real. Get the ginger ale, get the Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Get the basic
Coke Zero.
Yeah, like the juice.
Stick with the basics. Yeah.
Revert to your 5-year-old ways and just get like an apple juice box. That's always
Go squeeze.
Yeah.
No credit score? No problem. The Neo MasterCard can help you build credit one purchase at a time. Start today and get approved instantly. Learn more at neofinancial.com.
Thank you so much, Steve. I know you are super busy being the co-founder of Harmon's Brewing, but I'm excited to have you here. Earlier on in the segment, we were talking about people not drinking alcohol to save money. So tell me about Harmon's and how that fits into that storyline.
It does. I think it goes hand in hand with a general movement, a lifestyle change. During COVID, people drank pretty heavily.
Yes.
Everyone has their own anecdotes about how much they drank. And clearly, once the dust settled, people slowed down. So we're seeing in beer especially, a huge drop. It's just off a cliff. The beer industry, craft beer, has slowed down tremendously as people just aren't drinking as much. So it's a healthy lifestyle choice that we're seeing, and people are also drinking different things. Younger people aren't drinking beer at all. They like what they call RTDs, ready to drinks, fruity, bubbly things that don't have a lot of calories. Whereas, beers tends to be a little fattening. But it's also, beer's getting expensive. And just the cost of brewing beer, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, has gotten incredibly high. And it's everything from shipping, ingredient costs, just employees. It's tough to make it. Taxes is, of course, a big issue as well. So people are now thinking twice about buying premium beer. If it's, bordering on $4, $4.25 for a can of beer, they're either going for less expensive stuff or just abstaining altogether.
Yeah.
And finding other options like cannabis or things so that, they can get more bang for their buck, I guess.
So some of our audience may not know you actually did brew alcoholic beer.
Okay.
And you've changed now to non-alcoholic beer. Can you tell us how that happened?
I started in the beer business back in 2002, a little brewery called Mill Street Brewery.
Small,
but was at the time with me and two guys, and we did all the work down in the distillery district, building it, and we grew the business, and we sold it in 2015. And I think at the time we were probably one of the largest craft brewers in Canada, and we were very proud of it. It was a great achievement. And I stuck around. I think I might have been a little too feral for corporate Canada.
We all are.
Yeah. So when it was time to go, I had seen just what was going on in the marketplace. And I knew in Europe and in the US and other places that non-alcoholic beer was a thing. And it wasn't just the beer that we all knew growing up, the designated driver beer that was gross, made by the big guys. You were forced to drink it if you were pregnant, driving, medication, whatever it was.
Made you want to drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or you just drink a lot of cranberry and sodas, while you're waiting for your friends to drive them home. So I really felt that there was a market for good tasting craft beer that just had no alcohol. We have a tiny bit, 0.5, which would be the equivalent of leaving orange juice in your fridge for too long, or kombucha. It's very minimal. It will not get you intoxicated, no matter how hard you try. So that began. It was another former Mill Street colleague, my partner, Rob Doyle, and he's a brewer. He's the guy who makes the beer.
Okay.
Comes up with the recipes. He's in Ancaster, actually, in near Hamilton as well. And he's, and I'm in Toronto. So during COVID, coming up with this idea. Harmon's, by the way, is the name of the brand, and it's my mom's maiden name.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She was a big supporter of Mill Street when we started, and may have helped me out of a few jams financially when we were starting.
All moms, they're always there for us.
She was the best. And she passed away in 2007, but she was around long enough to see the ascension of the brand and see where we're going. So she was quite proud. And, it just popped in my head, and it wasn't taken.
No.
Naming beers especially has gotten very challenging. We're all going to end up with like bleep blops and numbers because there's only so many ways you can name it. So it wasn't trademarked, and I took that as a sign.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's why it's called Harmon's. And Rob and I would meet once a month as he would create these recipes in his garage home brew system. He teaches brewing at Niagara College. He's a professional beer professor.
That's a cool title.
It is a pretty cool title. Yeah. He's shaping young minds down there. And we would meet in a parking lot and just next batch, sort of eventually after about 3 or 4 months, we had our aha moment with this one. This is Jack Pine.
Okay.
And so this was the first one that really tasted like something we wanted to drink. Selfishly, that was the idea. I wanted to slow down myself, and from there we created other brands like the Half Day, and we have 4 core brands, but we rotate seasonals, and that's it's sort of acting and trying to be just like a craft brewery, just without the buzz.
Amazing. So do you want your beer to taste like alcohol beer, or like, do you want it to have its own, like, I don't know, what goes through the mind of someone creating this?
It's a great question, because we are trying to get as close as we can. And the challenge is that bite that you get with any alcohol, that's the booze is what you get, that burn even with beer. So you have to do a lot to compensate for the fact that there's no alcohol. And especially like what we call like naked beers, like a lager, what you think of like a Coors Light. These are very easy drinking beers, but they're very difficult to make consistently. So the cost in making it goes up because you have to add additional ingredients to compensate for the fact that there's no alcohol. So sometimes people go like, well, why am I paying $11 for a 4-pack? It's like, well, this isn't the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a premium product, but we absolutely want to look and taste like a craft beer.
Okay. So as a picky non-alc beer drinker, what makes a good glass of non-alcohol beer for you?
The mouthfeel.
Okay.
That's number one, because the minute you start drinking it, if it tastes too watery, that was always the problem with, back in the day, was they would brew regular beer and just dilute the heck out of it. You know?
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, yeah. Or arrested fermentation. So it tasted kind of off, like it was half finished. And there was all kinds of ways, just lazy ways of making it. Technology has changed a lot. And there are now a few ways to make non-alcoholic beer taste as close as it gets to the real thing. There's been changes in yeast, strains of yeast that will go to sleep because basically it's fermenting and then it just takes a nap after about 2 days, as opposed to 5 or 6. So what you're left with is fully fermented beer. So it doesn't taste half finished, and it's got the mouthfeel. And we'll add, barley. People ask like, is it gluten-free? No, we're extra gluten. Lots of gluten. So oats.
Side order of gluten.
I don't. Yeah, it's there's warnings on the can. But you have to add all these other grains to give it that mouthfeel, to make it taste and feel like a beer when you're drinking it. So that's key.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So how can our audience find out more about you and what you're working on?
Well, harmonsbeer.com is our website. You can order there. We are available across Canada. Our biggest single customer is Walmart. We got into Walmart last October, and we're available at supercenters all across Canada. We're currently running a rollback. I'm learning all about, it's quite interesting because it's my first time.
What's a rollback?
It's just a discount.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
but it's a big deal in Walmart world.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
they call it the RB. We're just starting our RB number. They number them, and it really helps with sales. It's remarkable, but we're available now in places we could never get to thanks to Walmart. So, everything from Slave Lake, Alberta, all the way to Nova Scotia and out in the island, Vancouver Island. We're in a lot of places now.
Oh, that's very cool.
So the distribution has been great. But our home is here in Ontario. That's where we started. So our biggest customer base is here. A lot of restaurants. So harmonsbeer.com, check us out. And we have a cool little store locator. So you just type in your postal code and it'll tell you anywhere near you that hopefully sells our beer.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know you're super busy, so I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
But let's crack one open.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
And walk me through how to taste it.
Well, especially it's just like wine.
Yeah. Sniff.
You sniff. And these are Cascade hops or Centennial hops. So they're a bit citrusy. And that's what I like. It's an old school flavor. It's delicious. This to me reminds me of early 2000s beer before hops started tasting like mangoes and all kinds of unusual flavors.
I'm going to grab one too.
Well, it's not super cold, so I apologize if it's...
Listen, I went to university. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me again. This is great.
That's nice. Yeah.
That's our most popular one, yeah. Easy drinking, and that's certified organic too.
Oh, perfect. Well, cheers. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for joining us at the table. We shared how to tip smarter, skip the cocktail tab, and save. That tallies $150 a month back in your pocket. Over a year, that can add up to thousands.
Thanks for tuning in.
Follow us at Neo Financial on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn.
And don't forget to sign up for the Get newsletter.
Want your question featured? Hit us up at theget@neofinancial.com.
Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.